I am Mecca. You will bow down before me. Now, we have to talk about this Argyle movie bombing massively that people don't really want to talk about or acknowledge or any of that stuff. So it stars Bryce Dallas Howard and a cat, a CGI cat. Bryan Cranston's in it. Henry Cavill's in it. A lot more than you would expect. If you like him, great. If you don't like him, not great. He looks weird with that. What is that? What was that? The Chet from Weird Science haircut? Oh no. This is where we're going with Henry Cavill, huh? Okay, so as somebody who he's not gonna put my butt in a seat. You guys know who I'm super duper hot for. It's not a guilty pleasure or anything. You know, his face is all over town. Now, point is, Henry Cavill is not my cup of tea. But he is in this a lot more than you would expect. Thank you so much. Now that we have your attention, this movie is massively bombing. So first off, they spent $200 million to make this. It got 36 million, 38 million domestically. Which one was it? Why? No, that's international. Globally. Oh, that's all of it. That's globally. Okay, that's not just domestically. It's even worse than we thought. That is globally 35 million. 18 domestically. Oh, well, there you go. They didn't market this for crap. I saw one trailer in front of the Marvels, which I did pay to see. And this movie looked so uninteresting to me. So it's about a spy novelist, cat lady, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, who has this fantasy spy life that overlaps with the real world, where first off, it's confusing. Okay, so she sees Henry Cavill as her idealized guy. She ends up, getting actually kidnapped by real spies, and that's all in the trailer, which, you only see maybe once ever. Okay, how do I put this nicely? Do women like spy thrillers and chick flicks combine or not? I mean, and is this a big enough demographic? Because what did we learn in the 90s and the 80s? These kind of tearjerker ladies movies, right? They're a very specific demographic. I don't know if this is a tearjerker or not, but these kind of the chick flicks, right? The romancy of the things, right? Do we justify $200 million on this? My first impression of this is it's extraordinarily CGI heavy. There's so much action. By the time you get halfway through this, so I did stop watching this halfway through. So by the time you get halfway through this movie, you are left with this kind of plot twist where you're like, well then, who am I rooting for? Her? Why do I care about her now? I don't care. I don't like the spy. I don't like her. I don't care if they hook up. And now I'm having to look up, does the cat make it or not? Cat makes it. Yeah, cat makes it. Okay. So cat makes it. I don't think this is a movie people are really going to want to go to the theater and sit through with this main character, Ellie. Like, look, they're not even putting her on any of the pictures. This main character, Ellie, Bryce Dallas Howard's character, because she's so, neurotic. What do they say? New spy thriller, completely bombed, leaving audiences wondering what went so terribly. Well, they didn't market it. High budget, quirky premise, and bad early reviews. I don't think it's that terrible. It just seems like such a weird mashup. The film's newness made it hard to engage audiences who are unfamiliar with the franchise. It's not supposed to be a franchise. This is the problem that Hollywood has. They want a franchise off the gate, every single thing. You can't just make a one-of. You can't just take a new property and see how it does. No, they can't. That's one of the things that's wrong with it. Matthew Vaughn's latest film, Argyle, stood out among other movies being promoted at the start of 2024. Well, this is also a start of 2024 film. How many of these movies that you don't know what else to do with get dumped in January and February? A lot of them. A lot of them. So, failed to garner enough interest with moviegoers and became an official flop, likely due to its high budget, its quirky premise, and its early bad reviews. Yes, yeah. Ellie Conway, an author who discovers the fiction she writes in her spy novels exist in real life, and fun ensues. Not really, though. There's a lot of danger. It's a little... This movie has a higher body count in the first hour than I think the first probably 4 Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I am not exaggerating. Definitely than like the first couple of Halloween movies, okay? It is, what is this rated? Do we know? Is it PG-13 or an R? I don't think that a lot of female audience members, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird. Are they gonna like, a scene where a spy instructs her to crush a skull with her boot, and she's like, ew, no, and she's basically, like, they don't even have a picture of her on this. That's how bad this is. They don't even have a picture of Bryce Dallas Howard in Argyle, the film. Switch to this tab. There you go. Images. Do we even have a picture? Henry Cavill and the spy thing. They have Bryce Dallas Howard in the background. She's basically the main character of this movie. They're trying to, write her out of her own movie? PG-13. Okay, so PG-13. This is her love interest. And she's imagining Henry Cavill. And it is so much back and forth. It's really distracting. So, can Hollywood take chances on new things? Yes, absolutely. Should they be spending $200 million? No. No. That's a lot of money to spend in this day and age where we've now had 4 years of breaking the habit of bad movies, new movies, weird movies, right? We don't trust you, Hollywood, that you're not going to give us some formula. So when we see something kind of new like this, we're not going to jump in right away. You got to kind of have a much lower budget, especially if you want to have a big franchise. How much did the first John Wick, cost to make? I wonder. We're going to look that up real quick. I don't think it was nearly as much as this, and that's one that developed into a franchise eventually. Too much CGI. I'm gonna say right now, way too much CGI in this Argyle. Way too much. John Wick, let's see, $20 to $30 million budget for the first John Wick. Okay, there you go. So you're trying to do like some new thing to maybe like a John Wick, Kingsman sort of action-y sort of audience who isn't going to mind a cute cat lady, I suppose. I don't know. Is she annoying or relatable? I think she's more annoying than relatable, really. But then again, we pretty much have the same movie coming out with Madam Web, where she's also a fortune teller, something, and spies, spider people, whatever. That's going to be another video for another day. I am Mecca. We're playing some What the Dub, so thank you so much for hanging out, and please join us in this game. Argyle, yeah. Cat ladies and spies. Why did that flop, I wonder? They spent too much money on it. All right. I'll see you guys in 2 seconds.